Hello everyone and welcome back to the show. This is Tie the Note with the Maker, the Romantic Muchiga, a beautiful show about family, marriage, and all that stuff. So I would like to thank everyone for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for enabling this channel grow. We are really, really growing. And to everyone who has reached out, by the way, I appreciate you guys. People who reach out and share their thoughts about the show. They share their appreciation about the show. I really thank you so much. And I've been getting quite a number of testimonies. So please, if you feel you have a testimony from this show, because there are a couple of people who have sent me messages on Instagram, on Twitter, on my WhatsApp, and they're like, man, Emeka, if it wasn't for your show, I do not know how I would have maneuvered through this situation. So in case you have a testimony, please put it down in the comment section, or go to my Instagram, The Romantic Muchiga, or my Twitter or X, The Romantic Muchiga, or if you use Facebook, send me a message on Facebook, share your testimony, what you have gotten from this show, and how this show has helped you. Then also, we have good news. The Romantic Muchiga has been nominated in the Pulse Influencer Awards in 4 categories. Best Podcast, category for Best for Influential Person on Facebook, then also category for YouTube. Yeah, I think those are 3 categories. So go to Pulse Uganda and look for Best Podcast, Influential Person in Podcast, YouTube, and Facebook. And guess what? Vote for the Romantic Muchiga. Let's bring these awards home. And I'm really so thankful and glad that in just a year, because we started this show last year in I think around June, and we were at 0 subscribers, but guess what? We are now at 33,400 subscribers. So let's keep pushing. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you. Now, last week we had a guest on the show talking about mental illness, talking about bipolar disorder and how he managed to maneuver through with his marriage. And it was a very beautiful story. This is another episode where we are also focusing on mental health. Mental health in individuals, mental health in marriage, and mental health in families. Now, on the show today, I have a lady. Her name is Faith. Faith also underwent depression, really, really serious depression that was caused by something so severe. Faith was a teenage mother. She became a teenage mother when she was in her senior 4 at 16 years and gave birth at 17 years. Lost her child in the same year, lost her mother, and she has managed to maneuver through life. She has managed to go through life. But today, she's here to talk to us about a story on how she maneuvered through teenage pregnancy. Because in Uganda, we have a lot of teenage pregnancies. And this is a family show. I want to show the parents out there that, man, you can prevent this. And even when a child gets pregnant when they are a teenager, it's not the end of the world. So, welcoming Faith to the show. How are you, Faith?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yes, please. Nice to meet you too.
Yes, please.
All right. So, Faith, how is it going? How is everything?
Yeah, we are pushing on. Amidst any challenges.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, Faith, what do you do?
I'm a prisons officer.
A prisons officer?
Yes.
Hey, I find it. Okay.
Yeah.
So you also put on that uniform and...
Yes.
Wow. Which rank?
I'm a couple of dress.
Wow. Yeah. Interesting. All right. So, Faith, let's get straight into the conversation.
Yes, please.
You underwent depression.
Yes.
You became a teenage mother.
Yeah.
How did it all start? Where did you meet this person? How you were in senior 4? You started enjoying privileges of old people.
It wasn't that,
Yeah.
but I was enjoying privileges of old people.
Yeah.
It happened so fast. I remember it was around July. I think that's when I conceived, July 17.
Which year?
2011.
2011.
Yeah. And I sat for my exams. No one knew. Actually, me too, I didn't know.
You didn't know you were pregnant?
Because I got my periods very late.
I
think I got periods around 15 years. Late 15 years. So whenever I would get my periods, I would miss 3 months and get like that. If I get in January, I get in March or April. So I felt it was usual. So when this happened, I I didn't realize it. October reached. We were supposed to sit in here for exams. I didn't feel anything because I never got any changes. I felt the months I had missed my period were okay with me. But then around when we were finalizing the last papers, I felt something moving in the stomach. I was like, oh.
Are you for real? So you didn't get morning sickness?
I didn't get morning sicknesses. I didn't experience anything, neither vomiting or... Yes.
Wow. In your senior 4?
In my senior 4. So I had friends, but I said even if I confide in a friend, I decided to keep it to myself. I never told my mom or my sisters. I was so close to my big sister, but I never confided in her. I decided to keep it to myself.
Yeah.
So when we moved on like that, went for vacation, things remained the same. I'd wake up in the morning, do housework, do what. So when I sat there, I was like, I have no job. How will I start? I never did any test or going to the hospital for pregnancy test. No. I just felt and I was like, I think I messed up.
You were just there and you thought that, okay, I think I'm
Yeah, because the movements and the way the baby would move in the stomach, of course, you know, by 4 months already, the baby is playing in the stomach.
So wait a minute. So you didn't even bother going for antenatal?
I did not.
Are you for real?
Because I knew even if I'd go to the nearest hospital, they would tell my dad.
They'll tell your
my
dad.
mom. Because my dad was the chairperson of the area where we were staying. So I decided to keep everything to myself. Sometimes I would wake up at night and I'm like, I see them, I'm like, how will I start? How will I start telling mommy I'm pregnant? How will I start telling daddy I'm pregnant?
Yeah.
It would look like health-wise it will affect them. So we moved on, the vacation, I started making ice. I would sell it at 100 shillings. And that's how I started saving up my money. Then, of course, you remember 2011, there were, I think, elections.
Yeah.
We had some poultry at home.
You had?
Poultry. My dad was doing poultry. So we'll take care of the birds and, of course, he would give you some commission at the end. And that's how I was saving up. So I would go like to the market to buy those things that babies need. Yes, I was saying, overalls, the sheets they need. I would keep, I had a case, I would keep it under my bed. But no one knew. Because I would make sure I wake up in the morning and I had to clean the house so that no one would tamper what was down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think one time my auntie came, a cousin to my dad. When she came home, she noticed.
She saw you and noticed. Aunties always know.
Because she was a midwife.
Those ones always know. Those ones always know.
She was a midwife. And she noticed. She didn't tell me immediately. I think she told my dad. So the next morning when she was about to leave, my dad called. They sit me down with my mom. And my mom asked me, pull your dress up. I pulled it. So I think she saw that black line. I'd never noticed that when that black line is there, you're pregnant. I'd never noticed. So she noticed it. She looked at me. I said,
I'm dead.
My dad asked me, you know that you're pregnant? I said, no. I denied everything. I said, no, I'm not. My mom said, Faith, you're pregnant. How could you have? I kept quiet, by the way. I gave them room to talk. They talked. Then my dad said, if you're denying, let's go to the hospital. That's when they checked me. Then they were like, she's even 8 months.
What?
My dad said, how? We even didn't notice that pregnant. I remained normal. Remember, I had the body, so I didn't get any changes that time. Then I was like, now what are we going to do? I kept quiet. Then the nurse called me. Then she told me, why didn't you confide in your parents? I had this silence in me. I was like, let me carry the burden alone. I didn't want to bother them. Then I was like, I also asked her, it's true, I got to know I was pregnant. How would you feel if I had aborted and either died or got any complication? She didn't also answer me.
Who did
the nurse.
The nurse, yeah.
Because my dad said, you first talk to her. I also asked her that question. Then I said, did I do bad to keep it? And she told my dad, no, now maybe she has to go to the hospital, start the late antenatal, what. So my auntie said, I'm going with her. I felt bad because they were separating me with my mom.
Because you were so tight with your mom.
I loved my mom like anything.
Yeah.
So when we went with her, they finished their conference, I think. They had a conference at Hotel Africa. So when we went, I saw new life. She was staying alone. She never treated me bad, my aunt. She loved me so much. Then I was like, one time when I was sleeping, I said, now I've come here, what is the next move? Will I ever go back to school? I like got those, of course, when you watch some news series, you see how someone got pregnant and they never went back to school. So one time when I was seated, I told her openly, me after giving birth, I want to go back to school. Now remember, I gave birth in April. Already the senior 5 was reported. I had to kill the whole year of senior 5. Wow. I didn't study senior 5. So in senior 6, my dad told me, I think it was around when they were about to register. Then I was like, I never wanted to take you back to school because you had a baby. I breastfed my baby up to 2 years and 2 months. You had a baby and I never wanted to give you that, separating you that gap. So he told me I'm going to register you for adult education at Luzera Secondary School. So when we went there, we registered. I think also senior 6, I studied 7 months. Because we're studying in the evening from 5:30 to 9:30. I went to class, I was the youngest.
What? In the adult education?
In the adult education.
Yes.
I was the youngest. I studied with people who were 30s, who were mothers, who were fathers. So I would always tell these people, don't look at me as a child. I'm also a mother. So I had one neighbor who would tell them, I like your confidence, by the way. And I was like, no, I can never hide away my child. He is mine. By the time I carried him for 9 months, he is mine. So we moved on. Time for labor came. My aunt lived near Bosole Hospital because I went for the labor. Bosole Hospital. So she was a district health officer. She had retired from midwifery. So she handed me over to the midwife she had left. She told them, in case this girl is going to give birth, I've given her to you. It might happen when I'm away. So I became friendly. There was some nurse. She was also called Faith. So she sat me down. Actually, one time even when I went for that later, I don't know whether it was antenatal or what, but she just told me you come for counseling. When I went there, I got to she wasn't around. The nurse whom I went to meet, she told me, go and bring your mother. You don't look pregnant.
At 8 months? At
8 months. She told me, you don't look pregnant. Then she was like, they did a whole test, what to prove, then they opened for me a file. We moved. It was 9 months, there was, I think, a wedding. I remained that strong person, by the way. She had like a small garden. I would wake up and run again. And then she told me, stop it. You are the late months, it's so dangerous. I told them, I don't want to be idle. We moved on. I think I got labor for 1 week.
Labor for 1 week?
Yes. Because she had guided me. She told me when you feel the water is coming out, you just know it is labor. Yeah, I had my pads, I started putting on them. Because there was this person, I never wanted any of that. I used to put on the pads when they got over. That's when I told the aunt the water. I felt water passing to me at night. She told me, you walk to the hospital. I went there. It was, I think, at around 10 p.m.
Was the hospital near where you were staying?
Yeah, it was near. I think I'm in at work. I went there, I got the same nurse, Faith. Then I told her, I feel I'm in labor. Then they retained me in the hospital. They checked. They said, okay, you're facing labor, but you need to take break. We moved there. Then I think on the 4th day, she told me, you're going to sign operation papers. I told her I don't want. I had the thing in me that whoever goes for operation comes back on his baby. Either I lose the baby or the mother. I told her, I don't want to lose my baby. She told me, you're not going to die. So we had some whites who had come, I think, for internship from Netherlands. Whenever I would interact with them, there's one who told me, I want to be the one to help you give birth. So I told the nurses, you wait for the other nurses. They went to Bali. I want this and this. She was called Nancy Elizabeth. I want her to work with me. We had to wait for her. She came on a Sunday night. On a Monday, I had not yet signed the paper. I asked my aunt, have you told my mom anything? She said, I'm not going to tell your parents anything. I will only call them when the baby is there. So on the 30th April, we moved. Then I later on say, let me sign the papers. I went into the ward, the theater at around 7. Even when they injected me, I think I got around 10 injections. I was still talking. They'll tell me count 1 up to 10. I count 1 and accident. They say I think the medicine is not working on this girl.
What? Why was it not working on you?
I even don't know. So I think they were supposed to paralyze me halfway. They paralyzed the whole body. My aunt, one thing I remember the doctor telling me that after we had moved the baby, you failed to breathe. I think the medicine was so much. So I first went on oxygen. And the baby was also taken into an incubator. He was also tired. But the good thing, I had breast milk. So I think they kept on breastfeeding, but I couldn't feel anything. So when I gained back, the first thing I asked was my baby. My baby was still brown. I told her, my baby is still brown. Is that my baby or you have exchanged my baby? And I said, it's your baby. So we went, they weighed him in a scene. But of course I felt that weakness. I was using a wheelchair. So in the evening, my mom came. Then I asked her, did they call you today or they called you before I gave birth? And she was like, no, they called me after getting the news, but your dad will come. So I spent some time, and of course, since they were going, I think that year they were going to Barra for, I think, the celebrations of midwives. So she told me, no, now you have to go back to your parents. But my dad, my uncles, my aunties, they came. I think they had gotten for me baby clothes, what the necessity that I was supposed to use. Then we went. I gained back within 1 week. I was walking normally, yet I was operated.
Wow.
Just that I would feel the pain when I overssit. Yeah. So one time I get the phone, I was like, I called one of my organs, I was like, I've given birth, and I was like, when? Then I was like, you come and visit me.
This is in your senior 5?
Senior 5. Then she was like, but I'm at school, maybe I'll come during holiday. Whoever came to visit that child would urge. That wasn't mine. Because I think no one saw me.
No one saw you pregnant?
No one saw me pregnant.
Wow.
So I lived with my sister. Then one time my sister said, wait, you really die hard. How could you even fail to confide in me? And then I was like, no, I never wanted to bother you people. So I think I lived with what I call depression.
Postpartum depression?
Yeah, for a long time.
How long?
I think I literally healed after I'd given birth to the second born.
And how do you notice that you're in postpartum depression?
Sometimes when I needed something, I never wanted to bother my parents. I think that's when I decided to, I had the advert of prisons. I felt like I wanted to go, but I never wanted them. Because that time my mom wanted me to be a nurse. But me in my mind, I wanted to be an ICT person. I loved IT so much. So she told me, I think you'll have to join. I was happy she also made that decision. So I joined.
Prisons?
Yes, that was 2014. After my senior 6, I joined. Then that's when I had to leave him. They stayed with my mom, the boy. I think I joined when he was 2 years. So I went for training. It was for 9 months. He didn't give me a time. When we passed out, I was attached to Maction. I first started working at Maction there. Then later on, I was taken to Magazine 2018. Then brought back this year. Now working with Upper Prison.
All right, so you've talked about postpartum depression. There are people who actually never realize that they are undergoing postpartum depression. What are some of the signs of postpartum depression?
One, there's a time when I felt, there's a time for immunization. Of course, I knew the pain because I had never taken care of my auntie's child. But there's a time when I lost breast milk, but I never told them. Like I tried breastfeeding the boy, but breast milk wasn't coming out. And how did it happen? I refused to eat. Neither do anything. Because I felt that whenever I would look at him, I would cry. So time reached and I was like, if I'm to cry, then I'm now, this boy won't gain anything. First of all, he's a child. He doesn't know anything. It was my guess. That's it. And literally, most of the time I confined in myself. I never wanted to bother people.
You never wanted to bother
I
people?
never.
So,
But my dad was this kind of person. He would give you whatever you want. But I would sit there and I'd like.
So when you're undergoing depression, mostly postpartum depression, you always want to be alone. You shut out the
Yes,
whole world.
You want to be alone. You wake up in the early mornings. You do the work, you do it. So by the time the other guys wake up, when they move to the sitting room, move to the bedroom. Yeah. So I always isolate myself. I'd be like, how would people feel? Of course, there is this ill talk. You'll never go back to school because what I really wanted was to go back to school. Because I felt I wanted to move the journey with my colleagues. It would really look bad. So, but when he decided to take me back to school, even before I asked him, he told me I'm taking you back. We even went with him about the admission and we're feeling in that he was not with me. Because sometimes when I would go with this boy to school, when my sister does not yet come, I would go with him, or sometimes when he comes back, I'll go with him.
Okay, so during this whole time when you were pregnant as a teenager, didn't you get any kind of ridicule from your parents? Didn't your parents first be harsh on you? Did they judge you? They never judged you. Wow, that's
even
nice.
when they got to know they didn't judge me, I would lie if they did.
Wow.
They never.
Wow.
Because first of all, I don't remember falling sick. I don't remember.
So they were there for you. They showed
They
you.
think they felt normal and up to date. Because even when I gave birth, my mom was so attached to my boy.
Wow.
Because even some people reach an exit and say, this wasn't your boy. I think 50% got to know that boy was mine when he passed away.
The child passed on?
Yes, that was my firstborn who passed on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that. At what age did he pass on, and what
He passed
caused
on
it?
at 11 years.
11
It happened
years.
so quick.
Wait a minute. No, you can't raise such a boy. This is your first child. You've had him when you're still in school as a teenage mother.
Yes.
And at 11 years, he passes on.
He
What
passes
happened?
on. Actually, it was on the 31st. I came home. I think I came home on the 30th.
Of which year?
30th of 2023, December. Because I would come home literally every weekend. We came home. I think I had a match to watch. After watching the match, I remember that day about 5 people asked me about him. They're like, how is Jerry? He was called Jeremiah. How is Jerry? I think he has grown up. I was like, he has grown up and I want to take him to body. Because I want to make him P7 since COVID kind of affected him. And they were like, he's too young. You literally look at Jerry and think he was young. Even when I took him to register for nursery, the teacher said, no, this boy is still very young. Then I was like, no. So 31st, we went for prayers. Then when I was moving back to Lugazi, we all went for overnight. So on the 1st, when I was at work, I literally felt I wasn't myself. The sleep of 31st, but no.
Of you being in an overnight?
Yeah. There are sometimes when I felt like I wanted to sleep. I usually don't take tea at 7. Even when I used to go to school, I never liked taking tea in the morning when I was in day. I wouldn't take tea in the morning. By that time, I told my colleagues, I feel I want to take tea. And they were like, but we've never seen you take tea at 7. I was like, I want to take tea. I was just jolly, eh? Then they were like, okay. So after work, I came from work at around 1. At around 2, my colleague called me that, I've gotten some lunch, come and have lunch, since it's fast. Then I was like, okay. We had lunch and I told him I want to go and sleep because yesterday I didn't sleep. When I went to sleep, I put my phone on silence, something I rarely do. When I put it on silence, I was sleeping, but I woke up. I checked on the phone, I got a missed call of a number I did. Actually, before that, I talked to him.
You talked to your son?
Yeah, I talked to him. Actually, it's my mom who called. Then she was like, we're waiting for you to call us. You last talked to us at around 1 when you wishing us Happy New Year. But you didn't talk to the boys. So I told her, you give me the boys. So I first talked to the elder one, was like, then I was like, this year, I'm going to be the head and not the tail. That's what he kept on telling me. Then I was like, yeah, now you've grown up.
You raised him in Christ.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Then I was like, I want to take you to CP7. Are you ready? Then I was like, of course I've told you I will be the head and not the tail. I think I'm ready. So we had a chat like, you see your mother, because he had reached the age whereby you would confine in him. Then he would tell me, I even took the reading at church.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, that's good. I also told him what they told us. The theme then was like, this is my year. Then I was like, yeah, that's also the thing they told us. Then I was like, okay. Yes, ma'am. Then I was like, when are you coming? Then I was like, I wanted to come today, but since I saw you yesterday, maybe let me come the next weekend. I'd even told my friends that there was a friend of mine, she always celebrates her birthday on the 1st. Then I was like, she called me and she was like, if you're not coming, you send us the boys. Then I was like, no, you can't pick up the boys from her. And she was like, I shall go later. We moved on. Then I'm like, okay. Then I talked to the young one, I talked to mommy. Then I was like, he has requested me to put airtime for him. He wants to call whoever he wants to. And then I told her, I think let me rest. I'll talk to them in the evening. So when I took a nap, I woke up at around 6:40.
In the morning?
No, in the evening, on the 1st. At around 6:40 p.m., when I woke up, I saw a missed call that I don't know. I never had airtime. I had money in the house, but I couldn't remember. I went back to this friend, I was like, first give me money, I want to go and buy credit. I've gotten a missed call of a number I don't know. And it would look awkward if I don't return.
So and something weird in you was...
Yeah. He gave me money, then I was like, okay. Then when I loaded, I forgot to load minutes. I just loaded directly at it. I called this person and I was like, I'm admitted at the hospital. No, we have a staff clinic. I'm admitted here at the staff clinic, but I saw your mom and your neighbor running with your last born.
Meaning your son, Jay?
Yes. Then I told her, but our last born he's a giant actually. He's fat and tall. And I was like, you cannot carry him and run. The hospital had some stairs. You cannot run. Then I was like, okay, maybe you call your mom. So when I got airtime, I first called my mom. She didn't pick up. I called twice. She didn't pick up. I called home people. No one was speaking. I called the neighbor. She didn't pick up. My dad is someone, even if you call, he will return the call if he has missed it. He never called. So I called back this person. I was like, how far? Then she was like, have you set off? Because I was at Lugazi. Then I was like, to set off from where? You've not yet told me the exact thing. So it dropped 7. I was like, I'm not getting any feedback. So I moved on. I said, let me wait. Kept on calling my mom. No one picked up. At around 7:30, I called her. Then she was like, he has lost conscious, but they're trying to pump him back.
Your son?
But then she questioned her, so because the first thing I didn't even greet, I don't remember greeting. I just told her, Mommy, has Jerry gained back? Then she was like, who told you? Then I was like, Susie called you. Then she was like, where is Susie? And I said, at the hospital. Then she was like, okay, let me call you. So this girl calls me back. Then she was like, they are calling for an ambulance. They are going to refer him to Mulago because I think they're failing to get oxygen for him here. Then I was like, my boy last got oxygen when I came back to him. How comes? So I got question. I told my friend, you know what? I need to go. I called my boss. I was like, I have an emergency. My boy is admitted and his foot can't be. He's going to the level of oxygen. And he told me, okay. So the lady calls me back. Then she was like, have you settled? Then I was like, I'm about to settle. Then she said, okay. I think she also switched off her phone at around 7:40. We had a WhatsApp group of the people whom I joined with our intake. So when I went on the group, I saw it's a Black Monday for us. Faith has lost her son
Oh my God. Imagine getting to know that you've lost your son through a WhatsApp group.
through our WhatsApp group. So they quickly removed me, but
After
I
you
read it.
Oh.
I didn't tell anyone. So I called one of mommy's friends. Then I told her I wanted to move. Then he said, no, why are you moving at this time? Then I think he called my mom. I think my mom broke the news to him and was the one supposed to break the news to me. Then he told me, okay, you can move. Then he asked me, do you have transport? I said, yeah, I have. So I just went. That day I'd cleaned the house, I'd done everything. I'd just put clothes on the bed. I think I just cooked the pot. I didn't know what I was doing. Like, I had fresh memories of him. I just made one alarm.
So you didn't break the news to her?
I didn't tell her anything. So my boss came with one colleague. Then they were like, I wanted to give you someone to go with. I was like, no.
They're giving you a car?
Yeah. Then I was like, no, I'll do it on my own. I just feel I want to do it on my own. So I hit the journey. So as I was going, then she called me. She was like, why didn't you tell me you've lost a son? You just came, asked me for money, you gave me that thing, but you didn't tell me. Then I was like, I thought it was the right thing to do. So I went. I think I got a border. Then I was like, I asked the border man, how much can you charge me taking me up to Luzera? Then it was like 25,000. Then I was like,
From
okay.
Lugazi?
From Lugazi. I was like, okay. So as we're moving, I think he felt the momentum wasn't okay because I went when I was just nodding my head. I wasn't stable. I wasn't myself. I reached the main road. Then I was like, you know what? Just leave me here. So as on the main road, Sharon calls me.
Your sister?
Then she was like, yes, Faith, where are you? I was like, I'm going to board a taxi. Then she was like, what happened? I said, I don't know. Because also she was coming from Postpartum. She didn't pass home, she went direct. Because the next day she had to work. So I think she got the news when she was around Kumi. And she asked my mom, can I come back? Because Sharon was so attached to my boy. So much. In that people knew that was Sharon's son. So I came. I got calls. I said, even if I switch off my phone. Actually, my dad never called me. But he kept on like sending me messages of the photo of the boy when they had written rest in peace. He sends, he deletes, he sends, he deletes. Then I got to know he's not also okay. My mom never called. So I got calls from different people. Hello, is this Faith? Yes, where are you? I'll tell them openly, I'm traveling to Kampala. I want to check on my boy. They switch off. I think that's when they were testing me to see if I was really okay. So I had our neighbor who had taken my boy to the hospital. He called me and he was like, where are you? He called when I was around in Balala. Then I told him I'm around Balala. Then he told me, when you reach Nakawa, don't board anything, you will see my vehicle, we are waiting for you. Then I was like, okay. I get a call from my cousin and I'm like, can I come for you? Then I said, no, they're going to pick me up at Nakawa. I'm using a taxi. I came in a taxi, I was just crying when I was looking at this boy's photos, right from childhood. The journey, how we had moved, recalling the struggles I had gone through.
What was the cause of the death?
They told us that he had malaria.
Malaria?
But when I reached, I asked him what happened, because they are telling me that who took him to the hospital.
That's your dad?
I asked our neighbor. He was a close friend. Then he told me, Jerry was fine. They were playing because he loved football so much. He would gather children. Then that day he gathered children, he gave them food. After giving them food, they went to play. They were just playing around the compound. So I think he got tired. Then he went to sleep on the chair. But is this person who really liked sleeping during the day? So when he was sleeping, I think my sister tapped on him and he started vomiting. Like that non-stop vomiting, because they told me he vomited. Even when they were bathing, he vomited. So when he vomited, when my mom came, like held him, he was very weak, vomited on her. So the wife to our neighbor came and said, that is what they call being a grandmother. Like she told me she never replied anything because she also wondered why the lady had mentioned it. So when he said, this boy is not fine, he kept on vomiting because she told me he vomited for around 20 minutes. Even when I took him up to the hospital, he was still vomiting. So when she just like cleansed him, then ironed for him a shock, they put him on, then they told the neighbor, come and take him. But as they were carrying him, he was very heavy. So these other children saw, then they were like, they're taking Jerry to the hospital, he's sick. The brother also took that perspective, he's sick. When they reached the hospital, I think things didn't move on well. Because they tried pumping him up, but nothing.
So now they still think that it's malaria that caused it.
That's what they say.
Before, did you think of any other thing?
When I asked, there are some scientists, some doctor whom I asked, him was like, according to what I know, malaria can't make you vomit.
Like that?
That. Because even when she went to hospital, she told me that nurses sat her in a room and asked, what did he eat? Because for us, we've grown up, we don't just eat anyhow. Then they were like, no, he ate rice, what? Then they were like...
So they were suspecting poison?
Yeah. Wow. When we moved, I reached home. And I remember in a taxi, I came when I was crying. Even when I would answer calls, I would cry. There is a gentleman who was sitting near me. Then I was like, but why are you crying? I just told him I've lost a son. He kept quiet. I just felt I needed to grieve my own boy. And I did it. We came when I reached there. When I reached the house, everyone wondered, whom have you come with? I said, I've come alone, except the poor man met at Nakawa. Then some lady said, this girl has a heart. She managed to move alone. Then I said, I came alone. My mom explained to me how everything happened, what. And as she was there, she was like, I'm sorry. You gave me your boy when he was alive, and I've called you when he's dead. It hurt me.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
When I called my young son, I got him when he was even playing.
Your young son?
Yeah. He was playing with her friends, he didn't know anything. So I was like, Nathan, where is your brother now? He's at the hospital, he's sick. Then he saw that fire, they light at the video. He told me they're boiling his water to take for him to bathe. And I was like, boiling water? Then he said, you don't know your son doesn't like using cold water.
That's your young son telling you?
Yes. So I told the friends I was with, I told them, don't tell him anything. He will get to know at his own time. So the next day, actually before that, I got some time, I saw everyone was on his own. I sneaked and went to the hospital. I got there, the gentleman, the room where he was, I told him I'm the mother to this boy, I would like to see him. I think that is, I had a great time with him. I said I want to cry when I'm here. During his burial, I asked for God's grace. I gave a speech, I never dropped any tear.
Because you had cried a lot.
I had cried. And I felt I felt I never wanted sympathy.
Just wanted people to strengthen you.
Yeah, I never wanted sympathy. Because when I would remember the time, I even told my sisters, I was like, I managed to carry this boy for 9 months. I didn't tell you people because I never wanted your sympathy. And the same happens here. We sat in the tent, like most people were sad. But even, I remember my mom asking me, you're here sad, you should even be the one crying. But I was laughing. Then she told me, you're laughing, but you need to cry out yourself. Then I was like, I just feel it's what I want to do. I even told my sisters, as you're going to give the speech, I need to get strength from you people. I just beg of you, don't cry. Because me too, I don't want to drop any tear. Because I was just happy because of one thing. He died when he knew God.
At 11 years.
At 11 years.
He knew God. He was
He
going
would
to
even
church.
he would read the Bible like an adult person.
Wow.
When he's praying, he would put those verses and he prays.
He would speak scriptures.
Yeah. Even I think his Sunday school teacher, up to date, she still tells me she has never gotten any person who has replaced Jerry.
Was he helping facilitate his fellow?
Yeah.
In all this, where is the father?
Actually, the father has never seen Jerry.
From the time you gave birth to...
Yes.
What?
Even when I called them, I was like, I told my mom, I just wanted to let everything go. When I called the brother and told him that Jerry had died, he wanted to come for burial, but the brother told them
The brother
no.
of the father?
Yes, told them no. No one should go there. Then I was like, it's okay. If that's what he wants.
Wait, so the father of your son never took care of you, never sent
Never.
any help, never came to
He has
even
never
see
been
his
in the
child?
life of Jerry. It has been my dad.
Wow. Wow. Men out there, let's do better.
It's been my dad.
And how did you come to meet this gentleman?
It was a brother to my friend.
He was a brother to your friend. You met him at school?
Yeah.
So they didn't even come. He didn't come to bury his son. Not
No
even his
one
family.
came.
What? And when we were having a conversation before this interview, you were telling me how depression got to you. So we'd like you to talk to us, because I believe there are also some teenage mothers out there watching who might have gone through the same thing. Here you are, you've become a teenage mom at 15, senior 4. And after that, you give birth. You enroll back to school, suffer postpartum depression. Then at 11, when your son is 11 years later, he dies mysteriously. And that's also more depression.
Into another depression.
Would like to know, how were you able to handle that depression? How were you able to overcome that depression? Because I believe you would get back memories and flashbacks of him when he was young, then coupled up with a postpartum depression, now also with this depression. How are you able to cope with it?
For the loss of my son, one, my mom helped me out. My mom, my dad. My mom was she was a church person. Actually, I got a leave of 2 months. But sometimes she would sit me down and she was like, I know you have questions running into your mind. How it happened, why it happened, and happened so fast. But I never questioned God by the why it happened. I never. Because she always guided me. She would tell me go to church, attend those conferences. I would go. Then also, I had friends. I'm one person who loves football.
You like watching football?
I would go when those ballers had matches. I would tell them, you play it out, but I just want to feel, I want to be happy. But there is a game I watched when we had come back from his burial. When I entered the pitch, I saw a particular person just playing like him. Then I walked out.
Teams in the Uganda Premier League?
Yeah.
Which team do you
That's
support?
Maroons.
Maroons. Oh yes, Maroons, because it's attached to you, to you people, yeah.
Then I even opened up to this boy, like, you're playing, but I was seeing you. I was seeing my son's vision.
Wow. Wow.
So I made sure I would, like,
Watch football.
I became so much into football. I would go, I watch. But of course, you know, some of these things happen. Because I remember even I told it to one of my friends, I told him, you people here, we are together, but after we've put this boy,
I'm going to be alone.
I'm going to face this alone. It will be me to know the pain I'm having. But saying goodbye doesn't mean burying. But it hit me when we were leaving the village, coming back to Kampala. I was like, I've now left him alone. I'll never see him. It took time. Then I went and stayed with my dad. My dad stays in Champans. I stayed with him. I went with some of my cousins, I think too. But he would see me like, I wake up in the morning, I want to wake up to the time I'm going to bed. I never wanted that sitting alone.
Because sitting alone would lead to self-pity, and then it would
someone
cause depression.
comes, sorry, what? So I think after 1 month, my mom told me, are you ready to go for work? I was like, two things that I'm not. So I called my boss and I extended my leave to 2 months. When the day reached of going back, she sat me down and she was like, I just feel you're not ready to go back for work, but you have to work. Avoid staying alone. I remember she picked my phone and she deleted these photos, but not knowing I'd saved the photos in a flash. I had the photos on Facebook. So when I went back, I retrieved all the photos back to my gallery. She had removed his photo frames. All his photos, she had hidden them. I got his particular photo for his graduation at Nassau. The one I have. So when I traveled back to Gazi officially for work, remember there are some people who had not, like the neighborhood around the area. They got the news, but they had not gotten a chance to see me. So whoever would come, like, would go back the pity, sorry, what. I felt the wound was
deeper,
fresh. But I would always tell them, I'm a funny person. At the place of work, I would love really making fun, doing what. Then at one time I would tell them, I just feel I don't like the sympathy I get from people. Sorry, what. It happens. But amidst all this, I had a very lovely boss. She's called Madame Viola. She has been there for me, even when I lost my mom.
Oh, you also lost your mom?
Yeah.
When was that?
November.
Last year?
Yes.
What happened?
My mom fell ill. I even started around July. When it started around July, she ran some tests. She went to hospital. Actually, how her sickness started, it was one time when she was complaining of, like, a lot of pain around her lower abdomen. So I told her one time, why don't you go and do a scan? Or it's because you oversleep and you take long to eat. Then she was like, no, but I watch my diet. Why is this happening? So she had ulcers. I told her maybe it's ulcers. So when she went to hospital, I think they ran some tests. That was around August. They ran some tests, then they told her she had a mass on her lip. She first told me by that. She called because the people who worked on her were my friends. So I think she called me because she knew that people would tell me. So she called me, then she was like, they've told me I have a mass on my lip. And then I asked her, have you told that? Then she was like, not yet. Then I was like, maybe you ran some tests. You know. She told them, then I was like, you first wait to tell us of Sharon. You know, my sisters and brothers, they are these people who, when they get emotions, you will see on their face. So I told her, maybe wait to tell them. Literally, when they got to know the news, they thought she had never told me. Because already they knew I was passing through a lot after the loss of my boy. Because time reached when
So this is a year after the loss of your boy?
Same year. My boy died on the 1st January last year. Then my mom, it was just 10 months.
Wow.
Just 10 months.
In the same year you've lost your mom and your son?
Yes.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. And 10 months later, were you healing from the depression of losing your son?
I won't say I'd even started healing.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. So, I don't know what to say. 10 months, you've lost your boy, you've not yet even started healing. Because I mean, losing someone you're so attached to, losing a child, it takes you years to recover. It takes you years to recover.
It's not, I don't believe that someone can heal by that.
Yeah.
At this point we have it. It's like you learn to live with it.
You learn to live with it.
But healing, I don't believe.
You don't believe people heal? Because I've also seen people who have lost children and lost parents, and they just do things to cope up with life, and all right, so you lose your mom, and how are you able to glide through that? Same year you've lost your mother, you've lost your son.
I really don't know. I reached a point I never wanted to talk to people. Some people feared by their calling me. There's a time my friend said, I even fear calling you because how will I start? I cannot start saying, how are you feeling? Because I know you're not fine. Some I would call them, some I would text them. But sometimes I would just refuse. Especially family. Because I knew they would, hey, how are you? How is this? I never wanted sympathy, especially from family. I decided to first distance myself out. I would just look at either dad's call, because at some point, when I looked at my dad, I was like, no, fine. I'm also depressed, but I look at my dad, he has remained alone. Someone he was attached to has gone. Because literally for her, I think removed her journey of sickness. At least I treated her. I took care of her.
But you're not there when your boy fell ill.
With my boy. Because even I told it to her, I was like, I think it's time for me to pay back. I would move from Logazi. I think after every 2 days.
To go and check on your mom.
Go and check on her. Then I remember during the second term holidays, she had lost a lot of weight. And my boy kept on questioning her. You know, for them, they never used to call her grandma, they used to call her honey. Honey, you've lost a lot of weight. So she was like, I don't want to
be in the midst of these children.
Yeah.
To depress
them. So
them.
I had to first take him away. He was supposed to have spent holidays with me, the second term holidays, but after 1 week, she requested him to come back. So when I brought him back, around October, things worsened. She reached a point her stomach grew big. Her stomach grew big. Of course, we had to do for her most of the things. So I had to ask for an off, and I came. It would feel hard for her to eat, because she would eat and she feels the stomach is just growing big. So on the 30th, we rushed her to Zambia hospital. Then they also had to run some tests, and I think they did for her a biopsy. So as we're there, when they were taking her to emergency ward, I remember we talked. Then she was like, "I just feel I'm tired. I'm spending a lot, and I'm getting you people so emotional." But for her, whenever people would call, because my sisters would call, "How is mommy?" She would be like, "Tell them I'm fine." But when you would reach on ground, things weren't good. So there is this one scenario I remember. She got admitted on 30th. It was a Wednesday. Then on a Friday, was it on a Thursday? My parents had a game with KCC. And of course, you know, Zambia, the person you've registered as a next of kin and the caretaker is always sleeps at the hospital. So my dad would be at the hospital the whole day, would also be there. Though me, I would come back, I have to cook, take the food, you have to wash, take some clothes. My auntie came in. So she would be the one to sleep at night with her. So I just felt when I came from Zambia, I said, let me just go and watch this game.
You feel better?
I feel better. I even called those players. I was like, you guys go and play it all. I just want this for my mom. I just feel I want to gain back. That's mine. Because also them, they would look at me and they're like, hey, you're disturbed. And I was like, no, I'm not. So when they came, they had a game. I was seated amid these KCCA players. We got five goals by KCCA.
Because he hammered you 5 goals.
Hammered us 5. So there is a time I was talking to some friends of mine. I was like, me, I can never cry.
That day you cried.
I saw tears rolling. I was like, this has hit me hard. I just got on a border bee, reached home, showered, and went to bed. The next day when we went to hospital, I think she asked me, hey, how was the game? I was like, mommy, they hit us bad. So on Wednesday, she had not eaten anything. Thursday, my boy had written a cheat. Forgive me, mommy, I love you. Then he put it on her bed. Because when they were talking on phone, my mom told him, I'll come back on Friday. So he was also used of calling her mommy. Put it on her bed. My dad got it. Then I was like, who put it in? I was like, it's nothing. Then I was like, okay. So the next day, we took him to the hospital to check on our grandma. And so I was like, I wanted to ask you to bring him. I think you did what? You brought him. So we talked, and that day I was supposed now to move back to Lugazi because my dad had said, I'm going to be around, my aunt was around. So he said, you go. And I was going to work at night. So when I went, we talked. As they were moving, she called me back with my boy, and she was like, I want to take care of this boy. Next year, take him to boarding school. Let him get used. I think this year he would have healed at least from the brother. Then I was like, it's okay. Then she told me, I need you to take care of your sisters and brothers. Literally, I'm the third born. And I was like, it's okay. And she was like, also take care of your dad. Like the way you talk to someone.
That was your mom telling you?
That was my mom telling me. Then I was like, let me go and work today. After all, I'm for night. Tomorrow, I'm going to come. Then she was like, no, you don't come. Me, I'm going to come back home on Monday. since it's a weekend, they cannot discharge me. I know Monday I'm going to come back home. Maybe you come and meet me at home. I was like, okay, it's okay. But when I was going, because me, she knew me, I was big-headed, that sometimes she would warn me that stop traveling at night. And I'd be like, no, I was just there, I was missing you people, and I came. I would travel at night, and in the morning I would board back and go for work. So she was like, no, you know, this is a dangerous season, you stop traveling. I was like, okay. Then she was like, I've told you what? Come back here on Monday. I will be at home. They will discharge me on Monday. Of course, like a parent, she gave me the blessings as usual when you travel. And I was like, it's okay. Then as I was going, I was like, but mom, I remember you asked me you wanted to, because her birthday was on 26th November. Then her wedding anniversary, 23rd November. Then I was like, you said you wanted to go to Nairobi for your what? For your anniversary and your wedding. I'm in the process of booking for you and that. And she was like, it's okay. At least now I'm getting treatment. I'll be fine. And I was like, okay. So we went. Saturday I talked to her. She was okay. Then Sunday, I also talked to her. Then she was like, she kept on asking me, let me hope you've not traveled. I was like, no, I've not traveled because since I've been away for 1 week, I had to organize the house and do other stuff. So on Sunday night, I report for work. Moved on. I was just there like the way you do on phone. It was night. So at around 2:30, remember it was 2:30 there. I see my auntie's call. Then I was like, since mommy went to the hospital, I've never received a night call. So when she called, she was like, hello, Faith. Then I was like, yes, auntie. Then she was like, now, I'm going to tell you this, but take heart.
Then you already knew.
Then I told her, mommy has gone.
What? Wow.
Then she told me, mommy couldn't make it. I just got her off. And I told the person I was working with. I became so furious. I told her I want to go. And she was like, you cannot travel this time. I said, I want to go. I want to go to Zambia hospital right now. My boss told me, Faith, you cannot drive at this time. I told him I want to go. So at around that time, I kept on calling my friends. Like I got because I had loaded the airtime. I said, in case of anything, when I want to talk to my mom at night, I will talk to her. I called my friends. Then I called a lady friend of mine. I told her, Linda, where are you? Then she told me, I'm at home. Then she was like, then I was like, hey, thank you for celebrating the birthday. There was a birthday that they had. Then I was like, okay. Then I was like, you help me go home. You check on Nathan. Then she was like, I thought Nathan is with the uncles and aunties. And I said, me, I've told you go home and check on Nathan. Then she insisted, she asked me, what is the problem? I told her, okay, you want to know the problem? Mommy has died. Then I got her off. I called another person. I felt I would call someone even 10 times till you pick up my call. So I called my boss and I was like, hi. I reached the time I called this lady, my mom. I told her, Mommy Viola, I'm sorry, but Mommy couldn't make it. So she told me, where are you? I told her I'm in Lugas. Then she asked me, I don't want you to move like last time. Make sure you wait till morning and you see what you can. I just told her, okay. I called this friend of mine. I told her, you pack for my thing. I told her, pack for me this, put in the bag. Then I told her, I want to hit the road right now. It's at around 3. They kept on telling me Faith is late. It's like a 1.5 kilometer from where I was staying up to the main road. I told them, yeah, I've gone. I first called some border guys who were there, and they said, it is late, I can't drive at this time. I told them, okay. Then I said, let me now hit the road. I told her, if I managed to move alone when I lost my boy, do you think I can fail when I lost my mom? And I said, let me go. I hit the road, I went on, I was crying. It was a dark area up to the main road. When I reached the main road, there were some pavers. Yes, there were some pavers. I first sat there.
At 3 a.m.
Yes, then some vehicle came, a wish. It was grey in color, it parked. The guy asked me, where are you going? I said, I'm going to Kampala, Luzira. And he said, I'm also going to Entebbe, but I will leave you at Boyogeri. I was like, it's okay. I don't know that guy. There were 2 guys in the car. I hit the car. And I sat behind. I just greeted them. Then I started crying. For them, they were jazzing. I wasn't saying anyone to them. Till I reached Boyogeri. Then he told me, I'm ending here. I told him, thank you. Then when I was closing the door, he asked, we've come with you, but you only ended at greeting us and telling us where you're going. Then I told him, yes, I've lost my mom. The man told me, you're a woman. And you're crying it all to yourself. Then I was like, yeah, I thought it's the best thing to do. So I called one of my cousins. I was like, who is at Zambia hospital? Then they told me it was my aunt, then some cousin of mine. Then I was like, okay, I want to go there. Then he was like, no, you first come home. Currently, dad is at home, you come home. And I was like, I want to go to Zambia. Then he was like, they will not allow you to enter this time. I went. When I was on the road, I called some friend of mine. I saw he wasn't picking up, I called the wife. I told the wife, you tell Rukundo that I've lost my mom. So I had on the background, the gentleman was saying, what has Faith said? And she said, she has lost her mom. And I called other players also. Because for them, they kept on demanding me, they wanted to go to the hospital. So I told them, you shall go on Monday. Actually, I had the appointment of over 20 people who had promised that we shall go on Monday. I called them, I told them the news. I reached home. I first saw my dad and I was like, in my heart I was like, I even asked him, I told him, I lost a son.
Now I've lost my
lost
mom.
a mother. Whom do you think I've remained with?
Him.
Yes. Then he told me, you have me and you have Nathan. Now when Nathan got this news, I think he had matured. Because when I entered, he told me, Hannah has died. I was like, we have to accept. Then I told him, Jerry went to heaven, even Hannah will go to heaven. Then I was like, okay. So at around 10, coming to 10, I asked them I want to go to Zambia. Because I had always told my mom, I will be with you even when you're dead. Because we had talked, I think for her, she knew her time was about. We had talked a lot. So I picked, because before she died, she had given out literally most of the things. She had started giving out charity. So when she told me my clothes, take them to church. Apart from this and this. So I got one of her gomeses, put them in the bag, then I went to hospital. People kept on asking me, are you ready to do this? I was like, if I escaped from you people and went and saw my own son, do you think I can fail with my mom? So when we reached the mortuary, the guy told me, are you ready? I was like, I want to see the whole process. I want to be down to bless her up. I went to do everything.
You did everything?
I did everything with him. He kept on watching and he guided me on what to do. And I did everything. And also when I was there, I said, I want to cry. By the time I reach home,
I'll be better.
I'll be ready to face the crowd.
Wow.
So we came, we finished the whole process. Then when we reached home with the body, actually when we were entering the main gate, I said, we used this same route when you were alive, and now we have brought you when you're dead. We came, people were there at home. Yeah, people were there for us, by the way. But I saw my dad breaking down. I was like, I have to be there. Now I have to be there. And my heart was also on Sharon.
Your
was
sister?
6 months pregnant.
Your sister was 6 months pregnant?
Yes. And for her, she had not seen mom in 1 month. She was like, you told me mom was going to be fine. Why did you tell me? And for a little, she never wanted to bother her. Because over now she was pregnant, the news, the what. She said, I never wanted to move. Barrier arrangements, what? We reached home. Of course we buried. Then our grandma, one of her aunties, she traveled when she was sick and said, I have to bury my daughter. We buried on the 6th, she died on the 7th. Wow. She died on the 7th, we moved. Dad is starting the healing process. Of course, now he has to be there for the family, for us. I was working with some cousin of mine. I was just there one morning on the 17th of November again. Some lady called me and I was like, Faith, take heart. I was like, yeah, I'm taking heart, I'm healing. And she was like, yeah, you're healing, but you've lost a cousin.
Wait, in the same year?
Same month.
Same month of losing your mom and your auntie, then another cousin dies. Ah! Anaki.
And I was like, actually, literally for her, yeah, I got a shock. Because you know someone you work with me. My mom had brought her up. She had children. Wow. So I kept on asking myself, what's really happening? I was with one of my aunties and I was like, you know what? Because I'm currently staying with her sister, the only 2 girls. So I was like, I feel I don't want to be the one to break the news to this girl.
Wow, so this whole process of losing people closer to you, and you told me you're a counselor, right?
Yes.
You've helped people through mental health. Now, you as a counselor, how have you been able to walk the journey of healing? You're counseling people, but you also have your own, you also need healing as a person. How have you been able to use your story to counsel people and help them heal?
One, I have a friend who is literally battling the same. She lost her mom, but she's currently in Butari. Actually, for her, she told me, I don't believe I will heal.
Your friend told you that, I don't believe I'll heal.
I will heal.
No, a person can heal.
Because I've tried. Because when she told me, you've always helped me, but this time around you failed.
The death of their mom sent them to Butarika.
For her, she was her only child.
Oh, wow. Wow. So you took that as a measure to make sure that you stand up and solve your own.
There is a time when my boy had gone to the auntie for a week. I had remained. with this cousin of mine, but of course for her, she would go to school, come back in the evening. The times I would be in the house alone, I would cry, I would remember, I would do what. So one time I said no. After 3 days, I said, it's too much, I'll end up dying in the house. I opened up and called a friend and said, I think I'm facing depression. And also this boy requested to go to the auntie because I think he needed company, because there are some kids there. He needed company and away from the society. But now that's why at a time, whenever they would look at him, they would say, hey, that's the boy, he lost the mom, he lost the brother. So I think he got tired of it. So I opened up to him. It hit me so bad. In that one time, I even went to the hospital, did check up, but nothing. And I said, let me accept it's depression. I would wake up and I feel like sleeping, but memories come. You watch TV, you get on phone, nothing changes.
You've lost your mom, then also your son in the same year. So what you're trying to mean is that when a person is depressed, they don't need to be alone.
You don't need to be alone.
You need to be around people.
So we moved. Then I think Sharon got some complications.
Your sister?
Yes.
Pregnancy complications?
Yeah. I think she lost a lot of water. I think that time when she got mommy's news, she started passing. But of course, when the first time man, some things you want to know. So my dad calls me and is like, move to sorority. I was like, Dad. Then he was like, you're the only person who's going to move here. Then I remembered my mom told me, you have to take care of her.
Of your sister who was pregnant?
Yes. So when we were burying mommy, I told her, you know what? I want to be there when you're giving birth. Because I promised mommy I would do whatever
it takes.
And whatever she was supposed to do, I will do it. So when I traveled with this boy of mine. We reached sorority. I got her at the hospital, but of course she wasn't okay. So the next morning she gets labor, but for her she was saying she had cramps. She gave birth normally. After 5, they said the baby was 6 months and had some grams.
Wait.
And had to be in the incubator.
6 months? She gave birth at 6 months?
Yeah, normal. So when we went there, starting from there, now I have to hit another journey. Then I decide you're still battling your own. Now you have to take up
a mother's role. So what were you doing for the child?
I was the one in the ICU.
With the child?
Yes. Now remember, her temperature wouldn't match
with the child,
with the child, because sometimes I think she had a lot of thoughts and the pressure would rise and it was too low. So it matched mine.
So you're the one giving the baby warmth?
Yes. I gave that baby warmth and up to date it's still. You have to wake up I would sleep there, then for her she remains with my boy. I have to wake up in the morning, go and wash, do what? Because she was still sick. Wake up, go and do what, everything, then go back. Because it was only 2 of us rotating. There's a time when electricity went off.
In the hospital?
In the hospital. And they had to come and switch on the generator, the guy wasn't around. And you know, young babies. But this boy was a fighter, by the way. He kept on breathing, he kept on playing. Because of course when it goes, the one of the machine keeps on maintaining. We were with him, but I never told her. Because I think I told her most and said, do you know that one time even your boy's oxygen got over? There's a time it got over. Then I asked the lady, the attendant I was with, and I asked her, what are you going to do? What if this thing gets over now? How is this boy going to breathe? Then she was like, no, I also don't know how to switch on the oxygen. I was like, you call up the guy. She never got it. I had to give her my phone. Then she called the guy. The guy was like, I'm kind of far away. Then they sent the ambulance. The guy came. I think the guy came after 30 minutes. Now remember, when the thing is fresh, there is a way it also heats up the child. I think the incubator became too hot and they had to put on me kangaroo style. I remember kangaroo style, of course, it has to be body to body. All this happened, but I was like, sometimes I would sit there and I was like, it's true, being a mother is not easy.
So how is the child now?
That child died after 5 months.
Hey!
After 5 days, sorry.
What? Wow.
The child died after 5 days.
The same year?
Same month. He was born on 24th, died on 28th.
Same month you've lost your mom? Same month you've lost a cousin? You've lost an auntie?
I've lost a nephew.
You've lost a nephew. How has this... You're a counselor. You speak to people with mental health challenges, depression. How has it been like for you to go through all that and still sit down and counsel people?
Of course, you see, with mental health, one thing people don't know, there's no way you can counsel someone when you're not going through something.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It's very hard.
Because you'll not counsel a mother who has lost a child. Take her when you've never
lost a child.
It is very hard. Me personally, I sat down, Sharon. Actually, I never talked a lot when she lost her baby. But sometimes I would tell her, we've all lost firstborns. You loved Jerry more. One time I told her, just imagine, you carried him for 6 months. When he was alive 5 days, you've gotten a chance here. Now, put yourself in my shoe. Jerry died at 11. You've had a bond with Jerry. Now, just imagine you've lost 2 people, 2 children. It is better we start adopting to live with it. Because me, I've reached a point I was like, one time I just went on my status and I wrote I needed a trip. Then someone was like, I'm willing to pay for your trip. But when I sat down, I said, what will this trip help you? I will go, but we'll still come back in what? The same place. I just have to accept to live with it. Sometimes I do go to, people don't know, but I do visit orphanages. Last year I think I don't know whether it was a charity I was doing one, but I just collected what I had from friends and I took. And I feel this year I wanted to do the same in November. Because I would say I would hate the month of November, but it can never be removed from the calendar.
Yep.
Because it has the good, it has the bad. So I feel adopting with it, I entered into charity. Once in a while when you have something, you give. Sometimes you get to talk to people. I've learned how to move once in a while to Botabika. Then also some herbs. You talk to people.
Yeah, I talk to people.
There are some girls out there, they're battling. Someone is pregnant, has nowhere to stay. But how can you hope?
And advice to all teenage mothers out there, girls who have been through teenage pregnancies, since you also gave birth while you were a teenager, what advice do you have to give to them?
There is always life after. Once you give birth, you know you have a responsibility.
Even when you're a teenager?
Even when you're a teenager. And at least you have to believe in yourself. It's not the end of life. I for one, the people who have known when I've grown up, I would always tell them, I became a mother. And they're like, no, you're lying. And I would be like, calculate for yourself. If the boy died when was going to make 12. Put yourself in my shoes. One time I would ask them, if you happen to get pregnant when you're a teenager, what would you do? One told me I would abort. Then I would be like, what if you reach a time you want to get married and you fail to get a child?
So you advise that, because I know right now, most teenagers, whenever they get pregnant in high school, the next thing is, I will abort. It's been normalized.
But
and even there are laws governing abortion in the States.
But always it has a repercussion, I think.
It has a repercussion. What are some of those repercussions?
Of course, you get complications. Like cervical cancer, cancer of the uterus. You might not know it immediately, because for us women, there are some diseases that you get, but until it worsens, that's when they will ask you, have you ever had any complication? No. But of course, things don't hide themselves. The person who has gotten an abortion, in the years to come, you will know. I wouldn't recommend someone to get an abortion. And first of all, a child is a blessing. For one, I look at it, I'm like, this Jeremiah brought a lot of joy to us. Jerry had that bond. A lot of people were hurt even up to now. He was this kid who would respect anyone regardless of their age. Whether you're younger than him, he would listen to you. Because even actually they were studying in the same school with this boy, but I had to take up a decision and move the young brother and take him to another school. Because actually for him it was like a depression. Because there's a time he just got me seated there, and then he asked me, Mom, can you tell me what happened to my brother? And that's when I got to know he has not healed.
As a counselor, how are you helping your son here?
I've decided to be with him. Like, literally, it's hard, like, to distance myself from him. Okay, previously they were staying with their grandmother. I would come visit. There was that, the bond wasn't all that. They had again an attachment with my mom more than me. But of late, I feel it's hard for me to give him out.
Because you want to be there with him and
yes, because I feel I'm the one now who understands him. Because later you take him somewhere, and either someone asks him, your brother, your what? Like if someone doesn't know.
Wow. What a story it has been. So to the people out there who have lost loved ones, she's lost like 5 people in 1 year.
Yeah.
Man, it's never easy. Extend grace to people. Extend grace to people. When you find people, just extend grace to people. Do not treat people anyhow because you do not know what they are battling. But I'm glad you are getting better. And I'm glad that you came and decided to share your story. So you're a counselor, you deal with mental health.
Yes.
You talk to people.
I do.
You also counsel prisoners, right?
Once in a while.
Once in a while. But your area of specialization, that side is?
I love so much. Okay, I've dealt with lots of sports.
Oh, you deal with sports people, sportsmen.
Yes, sports people. Because they also go through a lot. You see, there is someone who can come. Either someone fails to train, but when at the back of your mind you don't know what has happened to someone, what someone is going through. I love so much engaging in them because I've grown up to understand them. I've grown up in a sports family, and literally I respect talent so much.
Wow.
So I mostly engage in them, but also Latin mothers, I feel so. I feel they need much.
You feel they need much.
Yeah.
So in case you're a teenage mother or your parent out there and you have a girl who is like a teenage mom, please, you can reach out to her. How can people find you?
My phone number is 0759 506903, or you can reach me out on my Facebook, Faith Pasha.
Faith Pasha.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Faith, for sharing your story. And I wish you more healing. I extend more grace to you, and all will be well.
I'm so happy and I'm willing. I'm looking forward to having a charity in November.
Okay.
I want to visit Cancer Institute, especially the children's ward.
Yeah.
Then also, I have an orphanage I want to visit. Save the Children, St. Bujiri. Then also, Save My Life Foundation, St. Seta.
All right. All right. Thank you so much. Well, that's it for this episode. I hope you've picked something. Men, please, let's be present.
True.
Don't make someone's daughter pregnant. Don't make someone's daughter a teenage mom and you disappear. There's always a repercussion to that. Men, let's do better. Let's do better. That's been it for today. Till next time, bye.